9:42 this morning and celebrating excellence. That is what this organization is all about. The 100 Black Men of South Metro Atlanta will host their annual Celebration of Excellence Scholarship Awards dinner later this month. It's all to support their youth program, the Rites of Passage Academy.
Yep, and so we've got Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. He's the keynote speaker for the event with us this morning, along with Joe Swanson Jr., who is the president of the organization. Glad to have both of you gentlemen with us this morning.
Thanks
Rob
for having
mentioned it.
me.
He said the organization's all about excellence. How would you describe what it's about? What do you do? What are you all about?
Well, our major focus is mentoring. So we have the Rites of Passage Academy, where we have a number of students that range from age 8th grade to 12th grade. And we mentor them on various subjects, say, for instance, etiquette, financial literacy, health and wellness, time management. So it's a variety of activities that we're engaged in, and we also take them on trips to various colleges and so forth. We have the college clinic, which prepares them for college. They work with their FAFSA, the essays, and also they have a tutorial program where, say, for instance, the SAT program that allows them to do prep for those tests.
Because those are tough.
Yeah.
Those are tough.
You listed a few of those things that are just so important to success, right? That you don't necessarily always get in school. Time management, financial literacy. How important is it to have mentors for anyone? Yeah, either one.
Well, that's something I know a little bit about in terms of leadership, mentorship, having advisors and counselors and the like. This game is about exposure today. You know, what thou seest, that thou beest. And the fact of the matter is we're in a relay race when it comes to black youth, particularly black males. And if you know anything about a relay race, it's not won or lost on how fast the runners are. Relay race is won or lost on how capable one runner passes baton from the next. Now, with 100 black men, and I'm also a member too, you know, a lot of these individuals are successful in their own right, but it doesn't mean anything unless we can make a difference in the life of the next generation.
Yeah, because some of these people some of these young men may not be getting what they need at school or at home. How do you pair them up with, someone from the organization to be their mentor?
Right. In the Rites of Passage Academy, we do an interview and we find out their interests and so forth. And so we try to pair them with a mentor. Say, for instance, one of my past mentees was a musician, and I have a musical background. So, you know, it was a perfect fit for us.
Good fit. And, and you talk a lot about wealth management and actually building wealth and growing wealth and financial literacy. So you're the keynote speaker this year.
Yeah, I'm the keynote speaker, and I guess that's a good connection also, simply because I teach at Clark-Atlanta University in the School of Business. But now, you know, in terms of financial literacy, the economy that we have right now, you look at our country, we've gone from agricultural to industrial to technological, but today we're in a creator's economy. And what in the world does that mean? That means that regardless of what you do, you're creating your own economy. And you got to be fit both mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, not only to run the race of your life, but in terms of financial wellness and awareness.
You know, I've read that you're a researcher in the field of human potential. That is so fascinating to me. How do you learn and then convey to your average young man what their potential is?
Well, Nelson Mandela said it best. He said, you know, when it comes to the question of life, he said, you know, number one, have you moved from fear to fearless? And number two, have you closed the gap between the potential and your performance? You got to ask yourself 4 critical questions. Number one, why am I here? Well, we're all here to make a difference. Number two, what can you do? Well, find your area of excellence. What do you do better than anybody else? What is your superpower? Number three, where are you going? And we talk about where we're going. Yes, it's great to have a mission statement, but it's even better to have a vision statement, to know why you're doing it. And last but not least, how many lives are you going to touch along the way? It's not how big, not how vast, not how wealthy, not how rich, but who did you impact in your short time on earth?
Very
There's
good
some
stuff.
really good questions.
I mean, really good. And you gentlemen and the rest of you are the ones who really encourage these men to think dig a little deeper and ask those questions.
It's about mindset, soul set, health set.
That's right.
Yep.
Somebody once said the two most important days are the day you're born and the day you figure out why.
Exactly.
Right? And that's
We're
exactly
going to talk
true.
about why.
Thank you both so
We
much.
wish you a lot of success at
Thanks
your
for
dinner. Of
having
course, the Celebration of Excellence Scholarship Awards dinner is Saturday, April 29th at the Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel. For tickets and more info, you can log on to 100southmetro.org.